I'm Rhiannon and I'm MD of Zen Communications. So we are a strategic PR and communications agency based in Telford in Shropshire. So wellbeing to me is kind of holistic health. So I think looking after your well-being means you are happy, healthy, content. I think it's being the very best version of yourself. So that could be emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, kind of holistically feeling okay. People think just well-being is feeling well mentally, but I think if you're not physically okay, if you're not emotionally okay, I think, so to me it is that real holistic feeling, literally the best you can be. Not very! Definitely not very if it's holistic, because I think we've all got stuff going on, haven't we, in our lives, and I think actually you kind of, when one bit's good, another bit's not. So it's just, I think it's being aware of that though, and trying to do things to kind of replenish where you might not be quite okay. So we're very focused on well-being. So we're very conscious that if you're well and happy and healthy, you're going to bring the best version of yourself to work and to your loved ones and to your friends and to your children. So we focus very much on making sure that the team is really okay across every aspect. So we abolished the 9-to-5 working week back in 2020 because we're all people, we all have lives. A lot of us have children, and actually a 9-to-5 doesn't work for everybody. It means that we can do things in the day. We can, focus on exercise. We can focus on just doing what kind of replenishes us, without the constraints of having to do it in the afternoon, in the evenings or the weekends. We have a pay care policy. So it's a health cash plan, which basically means that the team can claim back cash on looking after themselves. And it's very much a proactive thing. So rather than a lot of kind of health services, which are basically cure you when you're poorly, pay care are very much focused on kind of making sure you don't get poorly in the first place. So it will be things like making sure that you get cash back on kind of optical and dental treatments, but also access to counselling, 24/7 GP, and that's been really valuable for the team. We're also members of the Wellbeing Hub, which is amazing, and that's really valuable because I think the team can take different elements from it whenever they're ready, and I love the bite-size kind of element of that. So if you're looking for recipes or nutritional kind of advice and guidance, or guidance on kind of emotional kind of resilience, it's all there for the team, and the team have access to that at any time. And we've all been through kind of mental health first aid training, so to help really spot the signs when someone's not quite okay. And then again, from the wellbeing side, we kind of make sure we have fun together. We organise adventures every month. We do things together so that we really have that bonding, and that the door's always open for everybody to kind of, if they're not okay. Honestly, amazing. They're all, I think a lot of the team have obviously worked in other organisations, and I think we're just so refreshing that we treat people like individuals, that yes, we're a business and we've got clients that need looking after, and they absolutely are, but the fact that we give them the freedom and the autonomy and empower them to be the best versions of themselves, and it works for everybody differently. So for example, a lot of us are parents, so we get to pick our kids up from school, we get to do sports day, we get to do nativity plays without having to take holiday. Zoe's partner works shifts, so her previous role, she literally didn't see him until Friday night, because their kind of lives just kind of meant they didn't see each other. So now she works when her partner's at work, and then they get to see each other. Probably a prime example, and something that Lucy is really, really grateful for, is her partner lives in LA. So she would never get to see him, but we've said, you know what, we're flexible. You write for a living, you can write wherever. So it enables her to go and see him and stay with him in LA while still working, and not having to take holiday that she needs to take kind of in the summer holidays. So the feedback's been really, really positive. And we're always up for discussions, and if someone's got an idea that they want to bring to the table, then we're absolutely open to that as well. Completely, because how do you get the best of someone if you're forcing them to sit at a desk 9 to 5, missing out on things that are really important to them? You're not going to get the best version of them, and clients aren't going to get the best version of them either. So it works kind of holistically. We do obviously have parameters, you know, they have the freedom to work when they want, as long as the clients are looked after and as long as the agency's looked after, then kind of they're empowered to do whatever they like, really. Everyone's looked after, everyone kind of is the best version of themselves, and if they're not, then we do something about it. But it means that they're working when their energy levels are at their highest. You know, everyone has different energy levels. You know, some of the team work much better at 5 o'clock in the morning when they're kind of refreshed. Others kind of prefer to work late into the evening, or some do prefer kind of working kind of 9 to 5. But the fact they have that choice means that our clients are getting the very best of them, because they're working at when they're most productive and creative and energised, and the agency benefits because clients are happy and the team's happy. So we don't have, well, absenteeism and presenteeism levels are really low, sickness levels are low, retention from staff, you know, because we look after them so well, they don't want to leave. And from a recruitment perspective, you know, I think particularly now, after everything that's happened over the last few years, people aren't just looking for a salary, they're looking for so much more than kind of that. They're looking to be looked after. So from a recruitment perspective, that's another real positive for us. It was amazing. It was amazing. So you obviously planned it so well that it was just perfect for us. It kind of ticked all the boxes that we wanted. So we came to you and said, look, we want a day that helps us bond and connect and have fun together, and encourage us to try new things, and it did all of that. It was a real lovely mix of kind of some quiet contemplation, some adventures, pushing us out of our comfort zone, and actually it really helped us, each of us, kind of refocus on our own kind of wellbeing goals, which are all very different, but I thought it really helped kind of helping us do that together and connect and actually focus on where we might be depleted, and it was amazing. Probably the best bit for me was the paddleboarding and the wild swimming, because I'd always wanted to do that, and to do it with such an amazing team, it was we got every single person got so much out of that. It was amazing. Yeah, can't wait for the next one. And I think I've covered it really in terms of the benefits to individuals. You know, we are all individual. You know, we've all worked in places where you are a number, you know, you're not really cared about. But actually, I think if we invest in our people, which we do, you get the very best out of them. We're a team. You know, we're all healthy and well, and I think you do. I think clients get the very best of the team at all times. And the agency thrives as well. So I think it's a win-win for anybody, and I'm very conscious that it's perhaps easier for us to do it because we're a service industry, you know, we're not on a production line, but there are definitely things some elements that every organisation can take from that. You know, whatever wellbeing looks like for their team, I think it's vitally important kind of across the board and can bring benefits to everybody.